had moved west all the way to Nebraska some years before. I'm not sure how many years before. And they lived there for some time in Nebraska. Now he's moving his family back east to Belleville. And on this last leg of the trip, they were on the train going through the mountains of Pennsylvania. It had been an unusually wet spring, and a lot of rain had fallen the night before. In the afternoon of May 31, 1889, that train approached the big stone bridge that crossed the Conemaugh River in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. At that time, the bridge was just a year or two old, and it still stands today. Normally, the train would have stopped at one side of the river or the other, maybe to take on more passengers or leave off passengers or to take on water and mail. But as they approached that bridge, there was a signalman out by the tracks, frantically waving the train on. And he waved the train on. And as the train passed by, he kept shouting, "The dam has broken! The dam has broken! The dam has broken!" And the engineer opened up the steam, and that train thundered out of the valley just ahead of the wall of water that swept down from that lake 14 miles away in the mountains. And recent research has shown that the volume of water that came down out of that mountain from that lake that was, I think, 2 miles long and 1 mile wide was equivalent to, at least for a short time, the equivalent of the flow of the Mississippi River. When it reached Johnstown, it was 40 to 60 feet high. Over 2,000 people died, including 80-some, as that big stone bridge trapped 30 acres of debris that washed downstream. And it caught fire by the bridge and burned many people to death right there. If that train had stopped, it would have likely have gotten swamped by that wall of water and would never have gotten away. Grandchildren and great-grandchildren, Mary's father, your ancestor, was on that train. If that train had stopped, we probably wouldn't be here today. Think about that. Today, there is a dam that is holding back a flood that will soon break loose. The water is rising. And when that dam breaks, when it finally does break loose, there will be a flood of unimaginable, eternal proportions. The flood rising behind that dam is the just wrath and judgment of God against the rebellion and sin of this world.